Ratchet and Clank walkthrough. So now that we have the O2 mask for Ratchet, we can come back to this planet, whatever the planet's called. I kind of forgot for some reason. But anyway, here there's kind of a stupid amount of enemies, and most of the enemies are these claw guys. Now, the best way to deal with them is to jump down, hit them, and then immediately after you hit them, you want to double jump backwards. And you can try to do a backflip if you want, or those side flips, but I just find it best if you hit them and then do an immediate double jump backwards. If you get hit by them, then you didn't jump out of the way quick enough. Now, of course, you can shoot them with the Devastator, and here I'm just going to be shooting them one by one with the blaster, and that's probably one of the better ways to deal with them, is to take them out from afar, but they're really extremely annoying, and we're going to be dealing with them throughout this whole world. So this is also a world where the Taunter will come into great use if you really want it to. The thing is, those big gates that you see there, those electric gates, they will zap enemies, and they'll also zap you. So if you notice a bunch of these guys behind one, you can taunt them into the gate and take out a bunch of them at once the easy way. And here, the good thing about them, they sleep pretty well unless they get woken up by this little flying guy. And I shot that flying guy early on, and we'll probably see him again later, but they will sleep, you know, unless you get right next to them, you can walk around them without them waking up, but you need to kill the little flying guy that'll go around and wake them all up if you want to do it that way. Now, for some reason, right here is a Gadgetron vendor, so I don't know if this is a checkpoint or not. I don't think it is, because I think I've died after this and had to go all the way back to the beginning, but for some reason they smashed two vendors right next to each other right here, so there's that. And there's also a couple of different ways you can go, the left or the right here, so I believe I choose this way first. And this is where we're going to be going after that Infobot. Now, that Infobot kind of looks like it's really easy to get to, but unfortunately he's going to be running away from us. So we're going to be playing a little bit of a chasing game, and that's okay, I guess. He's not too bad. So with all of these little enemies down here, you see there's those two ones in the middle. Those are the guys that'll wake up and they'll alert the other claw enemies. But anyway, if the best way to deal with these guys is just to Glove of Doom them. Takes 2 or 3, and then you don't have to worry about them. You also may want to pick off these flying buzzards while you can. Now, these flying things, they look a lot more dangerous than they are, but they're exactly the same as any other enemy that attacks you that's flying, because they sort of fly around, and as soon as they see you, they swoop down, but they're pretty slow, so they're really easy to hit with your Ratchet if you need to. So shoot them if you want to. I do that just so I don't have to deal with them, but you don't have to do that if you don't really feel like it. So there is that. So for here, there's going to be even more of the claw guys. Now, when you shoot one, then the others kind of wake up, and that is odd, because then they just sort of stand around and don't do anything, especially since you're on this other platform, which really just makes it extremely easy to pick them off one by one. Now, at this point of the game, I had thought that if you shot them, they only took damage when they turned red, but as long as one of your bullets is hitting them, then they're taking damage. So that's why I am picking them off with one bullet at a time instead of just shooting them, is because I thought that I had to do that for them to start taking damage again, but you can burst them with 5 or 6 shots and they'll be dead, whether or not they flash red. So for this, you can either boost across, but I thought it was... see, there's that flying guy that'll wake up all the other people. Surprisingly, he didn't do that for those ones, but, you know, there's no one left for him to wake up, so whatever. Anyway, flying across that is an option, or you could just double jump and glide, and then you're gonna have to take a look here, kind of see all the swing shot points and also this magnet boot rail that will be going on. Now this, what are they called? These vents here that are spewing out this toxic gas, you will obviously want to time it so you walk over them while they are not spewing out toxic gas. And you can probably make the first two without the second one. You can make the last two without that going up, but still, you do want to be careful. I'm not sure if it knocks you off or not, but I'm sure you take damage, and that's not really that fun. Now, this guy, he kind of just goes in a circle, and if you time your wrench throw correctly, then you'll be able to hit him with it, but I think I just kind of end up walking past. I wasn't sure exactly what he was going to do to me, but I think he'll just come on down onto the magnet place, and he's not hard to take out with your wrench anyway. And that's even if he bothers attacking you. But as you can see, these guys are they're really slow. They're not really a threat. So just take them out and then continue on your way. So once we make it down here, we're going to be running into a couple more boxes and also a few more taunts. Or, sorry, a few more of those claw enemies, and this is the first time I'll be using a taunter. Now you notice that there's a swing shot point over those guys, and you can't shoot through the electric fence, so it's sort of difficult to get on over there, but it's not too bad if you just pick up your taunter, which you should have by now, and then you can just turn it on, and if you keep holding it down, then eventually they'll walk toward the fence. But if you're up on top of this platform, they can't really see you because they don't know who to attack, so you're going to need to jump down to the lower platform on the same level they are, and then just push and hold the taunt. They'll all see you and run on into the fence. And you get a skill point for that. I don't know if the skill point is for taunting enough enemies or what, but you also get a trophy if it's the first time you've done it. And honestly, that's probably the first time that there's been a real point where you can taunt a bunch of enemies to their death in this game. Anyway, once they are all dead, then you can swing shot over that fence and then grapple onto these swing shots, and you'll still have to keep chasing this Infobot, kind of annoyingly. They do tend to give you a little bit more health on this area than I feel they do in a lot of the other parts of the game, so that's nice. Now, here I thought I could taunt them off the edge, and it looks like they're about to walk off the edge, but no. They don't. So that means you just gotta pick up the gun and shoot them. And I didn't have to go into first person to aim for these ones, weirdly enough, but for that one I think I managed to shoot him in third person too. A lot of times the third person aiming just does not want to work for me, so I don't know. But anyway, just do what you can, and then I think I kind of inch closer and I throw on a Glove of Doom to try to take out the other guys, because there are more of these enemies on there. And I'm starting to run a little bit low on Glove of Doom ammo, but I'd rather them die than me, so I toss another one as he's running after me, and more of those birds are going to be coming down. And then there's yet another spiky guy, and then I got blindsided by a bird, so that was kind of nice. So here I am playing kind of ninja with a bird and the claw guy, and then somehow the claw guy killed his own bird friend, so that was pretty nice. I love how there's friendly fire in this game. And then I decided I'm gonna go back for that health because it's there and I'm missing one, so it makes sense to collect it, and then we're just gonna chase the Infobot even more. So you'll want to take out that other charger there, and then there's kind of a weird stair step with some of those explosive boxes. They're not a big deal, just you can either jump over them or get them to blow up and then collect the bolts, and then just a regular plain old box sitting up there, which you also want to be careful about because these guys tend to blend in. Now, I'm fine ratcheting one of these to death, but I'm not fine ratcheting two of them to death because they'll attack at different times. So that's why I'm running all the way back here and trying to figure out some way, okay, how am I gonna deal with them now? So I just pick up the Glove of Doom again, and I waited for them to go to sleep, and then I jumped, tossed it, and that took them both out just fine. So that's another reason you really want to have your Glove of Doom ammo stocked, and pretty much all your ammo stocked, because Glove of Doom is one of the best. Now, that guy woke up and went and alerted that stupid thing, which I don't think matters. I'm pretty sure he's the last guy here. I was kind of worried that there was someone over there to the right. Oh, nope, yep, there it is. My worry came true, so I ran back because I thought maybe they'd chase me, but nope, he just went back to sleep, so then I wanted to take this guy out. Didn't jump quick enough there, took a hit. So now I'm having to do my whole jumping thing with this guy. And I do have a glove of doom ammo left, but I didn't really want to use it yet because I didn't feel like I needed to. And you get more blaster ammo out of that one, so that's pretty nice. And then there's even more groups of these claw guys. And once again, another use for the taunter. If you stand too close, they can hit you. So taunt them, but don't stand too close. Now, this one's also weird because they don't all get hit. And I think most of them died because they were friendly firing each other with their own claws. I think the way that the fence is, how it's kind of diagonal, it's not flat. I think that kind of messes up how they get hit sometimes. So most of them did get hit, and that was the one guy that I don't think I could get over here. And I kept trying to get closer because I noticed when they would attack, they would take damage from the fence, so I'm trying to get him to attack me, but I don't want him to hurt me because that's kind of pointless. And then I end up running into the fence, and now I have 2 health left, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm not doing that again. So pretty soon, I think I just take out that fence, I disable it by taking out that other orb there, and then I just deal with them normally, which I think I just used the blaster for. You can't shoot through the fence, unfortunately, which kind of isn't a whole lot of fun. And then I thought, okay, I see this box over there to the left. Maybe I can attract... I think I tried to attract some of them to it. I don't remember. But anyway, the taunter can destroy those boxes too, which makes attracting people into explosive boxes pretty near impossible, because if you want to attract them directly into a box, you're probably going to have all 3 things in that line of sight, and then when you attract them forward, the boxes are going to blow up, and now you have a bunch of enemies coming to you, so yay! Anyway, picked off that guy, and then there's a sudden rocket launcher, and he will just keep firing at you pretty much no matter what, and he can be pretty difficult to take out because he'll fire and fire and fire. And he's really good to kill his own people here, so you can use him in that regard, but it's really hard to get close to him to do other kinds of attacks. And the best way is, once again, just going to be using the Devastator. Now this guy, I finally got close enough to where I could attack him without getting bombarded by rockets, and I think I actually end up taking out that last guy with a bunch of rockets. And I was trying to get the rocket launcher guy, the ship, to attract, to fire some rockets in the direction of that box over there, but it didn't really work. So yep, I get the rockets to blow up his friend, so that was pretty funny. And then I think I just switch on over to the Devastator now because there's not a whole lot else I can do. I'm just kind of looking around thinking, is there anywhere else I can jump? No, okay, let's just switch on over to the Devastator and take him out that way. So try to have Devastator ammo, and apparently you can hit other ships on the way, so that's pretty funny. Now, I believe these guys need just over 3 hits. Let's see, that's 2. I wasn't sure how many they needed, which is why I'm firing them slowly here. I don't want to waste my ammo, so I think it was, yep, okay, 3, okay, yeah, just 3 shots to take those guys out. Some of them need 5, so I wasn't sure. And I beat this whole game in like 2 days, so I'm kind of, like, I've left out a whole lot of memories because it kind of just got washed out, which is what happens when you beat an 8-hour-long game in about 2 days. At least I think this game's close to 8 hours, I don't know. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to the end now, so yeah, that's good. But there's a few more of those guys on the other side. I used some of my last Glove of Doom ammo, and then there's an elevator, and we'll be following that Infobot in. And then you can use your Magna Boots to climb upwards. This kind of reminds me of one of the earlier levels of Super Mario Galaxy, but this game came out way earlier, so I don't know. Anyway, once we reach up here, I believe that'll be the end of the level.
Hello again, everyone. Supreme Executive Chairman Drek here to fill you in on our progress. We have now found the perfect orbit for our planet, one which will allow for the optimum temperature all year round. However, there is a planet now occupying that orbit, and sadly, for its few insignificant inhabitants, it must be destroyed. That's why we've created this! The Planet Buster Maximus, a device capable of blowing an entire planet into subatomic particles. We're quite proud of it. Here's how it works. We attach the Planet Buster to this ship, fly it into orbit around the planet, and let it go! Kaboom! Quite ingenious, really. Once our trained professionals put the finishing touches on our new planet, everything will be complete. Thank you. Goodbye.
Now this guy's gonna blow up an entire planet? That's just mean.
That's what I've been telling you.
Look, I'm still gunning for Quark. If we end up taking out Drek too, hey, fine. What?
You do care.
Don't push it, pal.